How's it going? Mike here, The Fresh Rinse, and this is episode 15 of our 2023 complete pressure washing rig rebuild. It is hard to believe that you could spend this much money and this much time redoing a project, but here we are, that's what we're doing. Let me show you what we got. In today's episode, we're going to build a very simple downstreaming metering system. You've always wondered if it could be done? Well, today I'm going to show you how to do it. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. My name is Mike. They call me The Fresh Rinse. If you haven't already hit the like button and the subscribe button, would you do that? Leave a comment, hit the bell tab. You'll never miss another video. Let's do this. Our supply list for this project is real simple. We have one 10-foot length of 1/4-inch ID hose, some zip ties. We have one 1 1/8 inch rubber grommet, 2 1/2-inch by 1/4-inch hose barb fittings, and 1 1/2-inch Pentair valve. Our tools for this project are real simple. I have a 20-volt drill equipped with a 1 1/8 inch hole saw and a Phillips head screwdriver. In reality, there's a very simple way of doing this, but I don't like doing things simple. I like doing things fresh, the Fresh Rinse way. And that tends to be a little more difficult than most people want to do. But I'm going to show you both ways to do this, the simple way and the Fresh Rinse way. The simple way could not be easier. Simply pick you up a Pentair valve online somewhere, usually around $35, $40. Cut the hose to the length that you need and attach one end to the top side of your Pentair valve. With the other end of that length of hose, simply put it down in your SH bucket with a drop stick. With your second length of hose, attach it to the bottom of the Pentair valve. And with the other end of that length of hose, attach it to your downstream injector. I mean, it really couldn't be any easier. You're on the project, you want the full amount of SH allowed, and you turn it to number 5. If the house isn't that dirty and you want to use less SH, maybe you want to turn it to about half. This is a real good way to save sodium hypochlorite and, of course, in the end, save some money. So that's the easy way. Now let me show you the Fresh Rinse way. The Fresh Rinse way is going to require you to alter the Pentair valve. Essentially, you're going to have to cut off the metering gauge. Let me show you what I've done. Because the gauge is glued onto the Pentair valve, you'll have to remove that gauge in order for this method to work properly. You'll also have to alter the 1 1/8 inch rubber grommet. Simply take a knife or a blade and cut out the center portion of the rubber grommet. When you're finished, it'll look something like this. As a side note, you can purchase this box of rubber grommets from Amazon, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks, something like that. The reason you have to cut off the measuring gauge is simply because the rubber grommet simply will not fit onto the Pentair valve with the measuring gauge intact. When we remove the dial and the little nut that's attached to the Pentair valve, we'll see that the rubber grommet fits over that section of the Pentair valve perfectly. Once we push the Pentair valve through the control panel, we can reattach the nut and you'll see that the valve works perfectly. I've located the spot where I want the valve, just under the Flow Pro and just right of the same size rubber grommet that hides the cables for the Flow Pro. Now keep in mind that this valve will be behind the control panel, so the placement of the Flow Pro does not interfere. You'll want to turn the valve to the fully open position. The rubber grommet does a great job of holding the valve, but with the nut that comes with the valve, this bad boy is not moving. Now it's time to attach the dial. And you can see we have a fully functioning valve. Now we'll attach the screw to secure the dial and we'll be done. So now that our valve is mounted, we need to attach the hoses. So here we can see the back of the panel, and you can see the valve in full view. Notice that the hose at the bottom of the valve is running immediately to our downstream injector. The hose at the top of the valve will run across our buffer tank and then into our SH tank, which will sit right here. Our buddy Joe Deary likes to use a cup of hot water to soften the end of the hose to make it easy to put it onto the hose barb. We'll do it the fresh rinse way with a heat gun. We'll use hose clamps to secure the hose to the hose barb, and we're good to go. All right, to preemptively answer any questions that you may have, I'm going to reverse engineer this beginning at the SH tank and work our way back to the downstream injector. Imagine that your hose is down into your SH tank, of course, probably with a drop stick. For me, it's going to run across my buffer tank and to the top of the Pentair valve. So the Pentair valve works a lot like your light switch in your home. It simply shuts off the flow of SH from the SH tank to the downstream injector. At the bottom of the Pentair valve is the hose that runs immediately to my downstream injector. This is the off position. I realize you can't see the dial, but if this is the off position and this is the on position, fully on, all the SH that you can possibly handle, then somewhere around here is the halfway mark. So you get to a home, it's really, really dirty. You want to turn it up all the way. You'll get the full amount of SH that's allowed through your downstream injector. But let's say the home really isn't that dirty and you want to save some SH. Simply dial it back. For me, I usually go about halfway. Now, I've never actually taken the time to do a bucket test with this. I just know that it works. Many times I've gotten to a home that just wasn't that dirty. I dialed it back, saved some money. I've gone to another home, forgot that I had dialed it back, wondered why I wasn't getting the SH, and then realized I didn't have it all the way on. So I know that it works. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to join me next time as we plumb our 12-volt pump and install our metering system for our soft wash setup. In fact, earlier today, I got some mail from Southside Equipment, next day shipping. If you don't have a place where you get your parts for pressure washing, soft washing, Southside Equipment in Coral Ridge, Kentucky, that's the place to be. All right, my name's Mike. I am the Fresh Rinse, and I'm out.